Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Setting the Table with Ace. I am your host, Ace, and we are here with the lovely, beautiful, brilliant Natè, the soul singer. Everybody, give it up for Natè. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much. You have been in the industry for a long time, for a very long time. And you are a Oakland native, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. East Oakland to be exact.
Listen, let's get specific, okay?
Gotta be
East Oakland. Talk to us about how you even came to be a singer and even, moving from being someone who was talented to becoming a skilled singer, entertainer, recording artist in this industry. Talk to us a little bit about that.
We're gonna call that calling.
Yes.
So it says in my bio, not in detail, but I pretty much took my gift for granted my whole childhood. And it's just because when you grow up in a family where everybody either sings or plays an instrument or does something in the arts, it's no big deal. God forgive me, but it just wasn't a big deal. So I didn't even talk about being a singer or anything at school. None of that. I just sang at church.
Hush about it?
It was, and not intentionally. Like I sang in church, I sang with my family, and then I went to school. Like that was like, you know what I'm saying? So I think high school graduation, for some reason, they were having auditions to sing at graduation, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that. And I did it, and I got cussed out. Why didn't you ever tell nobody you could sing? Da, 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 da.
Oh, they was big mad at you because you was keeping that gift all to yourself.
But it was the same answer. Like, I didn't think it was a big deal, It's a lot of singers. I'm just another singer. Like, that's really how I felt about it. And then I got with my daughter's father, and there are two things that I can credit him for. And one is our child, and the other thing is pushing me and nudging me to actually become a professional singer. Yes. So he was rapping and knew a lot of people. And we would be at home and I would be singing, making up stuff, and he would just be like, oh my God, did you hear that? And I'm like, boy, it wasn't what you talking about. I might have made up a hook or did a riff or whatever. And I remember one time, sorry if this is TMI, but I was sitting on the toilet and something really just moved him to where he bust in the bathroom like, that's it, I'm taking you to the studio. And I'm like,
he had enough. He said, no, we not sitting on this gift no more, let's go.
And I'm glad, I know he introduced me to a number of people, but I landed with, now they're like my favorite people, my god brother Kenny Tweed and my best friend Dot. They are the mechanics.
Okay.
And I started working with them. I have fooled around in the studio before, but that's when it really became official, like, oh, I'm doing music. And next thing you know, I think somebody passed a CD around of some of the stuff that we were working on, and I got a call to do a live band show.
Yes, come on, live band.
Q's Lounge in Oakland.
I remember Q's Lounge, yes. Okay.
Yeah, and it just kind of all went from there, working with them being hip hop producers primarily. I ended up doing a lot of features for rappers.
Okay, that's good.
It was a learning experience. Some of those songs have done very well, but I didn't have my business together.
Let's talk about that. So, the other side of the game.
A lot of it I didn't get credit for, but it's all good. We live and we learn. It's not all good, but we live and we learn.
Right, you learned a lot from that experience, from making those mistakes. Talk about that, because there's a lot of young and ambitious artists out there who have the talent, they have the skills, but don't necessarily know all of the, how to maneuver business-wise in this game. What are three things that you can, what are three things like if you had to tell some of our aspiring artists out there, musicians, singers, what would you tell them?
You know what, I'm gonna flip that. It's not 3 things. I'm gonna say there's no way that you can come into the game and know everything, right? It's just impossible. So you need to probably have 3 people that you can go to and run things by, because you're not gonna know I need to set up my publishing company. You're not gonna know I need to have a split sheet whenever I go and do work in the studio so that it's known up front who's getting how much of what, who's getting credit for this. Because if you don't have that down the line and you try to call the publisher and say, oh, I wrote this, what do I got? Who are you?
Right.
We don't have anything documented.
Said who? Said
you
what?
know, so for me, I think somebody told me, make sure you set up your ASCAP or BMI and the check's just gonna come. So I set up my ASCAP and thought the checks was just gonna come, but there was more to it. And they didn't know, so it wasn't their fault.
Now, you just not just some local singer, Natè. Like, you have shared the stage with Kelly Price, Miss Kelly Price, Miss Patti LaBelle, which, might I add, if y'all check out her Tiny Desk on NPR, is amazing. Might I add that? Lenny Williams, Yolanda Adams, the list goes on and on and on. Who have been your favorite artists to share the stage with?
That's tough. I don't think I had a favorite as far as the experience, but I think I probably had the most fun, and it was maybe the most memorable when we did that show with Patti LaBelle, because as a singer, I want to be able to sing as long as I can talk. I want to take care of my gift and, you know, don't mess it up like a lot of singers have done, unfortunately, by not knowing how to take care of it. So when you see somebody like her, at her age, still hitting all the notes,
Baby.
still kicking her heels off, still doing a wardrobe change, it was just, it was very inspiring, and I had just a ball, because I don't like, obviously that's not my era, but we've all seen footage, and it's like, that lady ain't skipped a beat.
Not one. Look good, sound good, moving just as fine as she wanna.
That was mind-blowing, inspiring, and just hella fun. And she was so sweet, so fun.
That's dope to hear. Because sometimes you see the persona of the artist on stage, and then behind stage it'd be like a whole different story, you know.
And I'll never tell. There have been plenty of those too.
You know, we're gonna keep it
where,
cute.
you know, you're like, oh, so-and-so, and then so-and-so walk by with their nose up, or so. I leave room for people to be human. I don't know, they might have been going through something, but that definitely
we
happens.
don't leave it at that. It's fine, it's fine.
So, if y'all catch me having a human moment, cut me some slack.
Don't judge her, okay? Don't judge her, it's all good. Speaking of Miss Auntie Anita, what is your favorite Anita Baker song? Angel, come on, give us 30 seconds.
No, that was the one. No, I'm not gonna give you 30 seconds. But hold on. This is the thing. That was the one that pulled me in. I just gotta talk about this. Now I understand it wasn't just about, you know, her voice was beautiful, the music was beautiful, but now being an artist, I want y'all to think about the fact that she didn't have no background vocals on that joint. It was not overproduced. We all know that guitar lick gonna come.
Okay.
When it's gonna come, you depending on it. Like, it was just such a work of art. So that's my thing. I love timeless music. I'm not really into I might listen to, you know, what's trendy or whatever, and I might.
Right, Bobby head.
But what has my heart is the timeless stuff. And no, I'm not gonna give y'all 30 seconds of Angel.
She said she don't give
I'm not gonna give y'all 30 seconds. I'm gonna sip my wine.
But I completely resonate with that feeling of like the music that it never loses its feeling. Like the same feeling it gives you 10 years ago, it makes you feel that way now. That's how I feel about a lot of our old school artists and some of even the newer artists who are sticking true to that, making music that resonates with your spirit. You know, I love like I said, the TikTok stuff is cute and all that, but you have done countless live performances. Yoshi's, I've seen you a couple of times. Where else have you done live performances? I mean, you've been like all over, I believe, especially like specifically here in the Bay Area.
A lot of places, but most recently, I just got done doing a musical called I Too Sing America. So we did 16 shows, shout out to Batco, SF Batco. But it was a beautiful work of art with a beautiful cast, highly talented, but more importantly, beautiful spirits, beautiful human beings. It just bumped the list as far. I always think about like, what are my most treasured experiences? That just then jumped up, and I had so much fun. And it was not to do it during Black History Month, and the way Othello took famous poetry written by Black authors and turned those into songs. It was just really, really good. It just went off of on demand too for people who didn't get to go see it, and I hope y'all got to see it.
I didn't know.
It was so good.
So how do I go back and do I get to see that somewhere again? Where is that living?
They did a week run on demand. I don't know. I know they're trying to keep it going and do other things, but that was it for now.
Okay.
But it's called I Too Sing America. Definitely follow SF Batco, BATCO. That's the theater group in San Francisco, and if they do anything else with it, they can let you know. But so yeah, I
was getting ready to say time out, pause. I knew that you sang, okay, because Natè the soul singer. You're an actress too. Was this your debut acting job, or what have you done before in the past?
Theater as well as a child and a young adult. A few years ago, I was Dorothy in The Wiz at the Berkeley Black Rep. So that's just another one of my things. I will be on Broadway one day. Y'all remember this, okay?
She's manifesting it, okay?
I will be on Broadway one day. So I'm just preparing myself and seeing what everything looks and feels like. But I just love to perform in any capacity, really. I also host events. And I'll be back at Yoshi's.
Come on. April 27th, correct?
April 27th.
Come on, I need to get my tickets.
So please do.
Do you have, I know you have, matter of fact, some of your own personal projects? Like, you've worked with a lot of people. You've collaborated with a lot of different artists, but your own personal projects, where can we find that? Where can we experience just Natè, the soul singer?
First of all, Google me, because I be doing that just for fun sometimes. I'm just being ratchet, y'all. No, I'm on every streaming platform now. It's so funny. But Natè is spelled Nate with an accent over the E, and then the soul singer, not singer. And you can find me on all social media platforms under @thesoulsinger. But yeah, I released an EP in 2020. I released a single with one of Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin's producers.
Yes, come through.
2020 called Picnic. Last year I released My Man. Shout out to my big brother, Rod Campbell of Dope Only.
Okay.
That was his project, and I have a new single coming out called Missing You, and you'll get to hear that at Yoshi's Live.
Oh, okay. Can we get a little bit of it?
You know what? You're not gonna keep on. We're gonna go back to Nita, because I can't give away the song.
Okay. So if you want to hear, her new single, then you got to come to the show.
You gotta come.
April 27th.
We might preview
Yoshi's.
the video first. We might not, but I can't get that away.
She can't guarantee that. You got to come to the show. So even though we can't hear a little bit of, your new single, can we get a 30 seconds to a minute of any Anita Baker song?
Go back to Anita. If I could, I'd give you the world, wrap it all around you. Won't be satisfied with just a piece of his heart, of my angel. Yeah, y'all gotta hit the guitar. Oh, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Hey, you're my angel. Yeah. Oh, angel. Hey, yeah. That's all. That's enough.
Natè, the soul singer. Okay, ma'am. How you just gonna kill Anita like that?
Oh no.
No, because a lot of people try to cover Anita.
I can sing
A lot of
Anita,
people-
but she kills
A lot
it
of people
herself.
try to cover Anita.
You know who killed that remake?
Aside from you, just now.
Layla Hathaway.
Oh, baby, listen, that whole live album is a problem.
Every time I heard somebody sing Anita, it was either cool or not cool.
it.
She
Killed it.
Cheers to Layla.
Layla, if you ever watch this, Layla, I love you. You're one of my favorites. Listen, Layla Hathaway. Her and her daddy just, whew, God rest his soul.
Yes, good classic music and real vocals.
Listen, Natè, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
having
you.
me.
I love you. I'm gonna see you on April 27th.
I love you too.
We gonna see you on
Y'all
April
heard it,
27th at
right?
Yoshi's?
I'ma be looking
Okay,
for
get
it.
your tickets. Listen. And don't forget, go look her up on all social media platforms. Go find her music on all streaming platforms, okay?
Email me, thesoulsinger.com. Holla at
Book
your
her.
girl. I ain't that busy right now, so I'll talk back to you.
Book her. Yeah, clearly, we heard her. She can sign, all right? She can sign. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
I love you. I appreciate you.
We out.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.